Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the new notification about the Adobe Creative Cloud. As you know that Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Stock, Adobe Fonts, these all are part of the Adobe Creative Cloud. If you don't know, I'm telling you this because you can first download, purchase the Adobe Creative Cloud, and then you can download the apps you need. Like I have Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. So today we are going to learn about the Adobe Illustrator. So let's start with the very basic. What is an illustrator? It's a software that designers use to make vector graphics. Now we can use Illustrator to draw the graphics and we also can manipulate the designs. We use Photoshop to open and edit the existing photographs like as you see that so many wedding photographers done. They did in their wedding albums. Now, the first thing that comes to your mind would be what is a vector image? So, vector image is composed of many points, lines, and curves, and they're created through the mathematical formulas. For example, the logo of Apple, the logo of Google, all these images are infinitely scalable and they will not lose the quality if we just focus on that and zoom it out or in. So we use vector images every day in the form of logos, and these all are the part of Illustrator. Now, what is the difference between vector and raster image? Raster image is that which is not vector like the normal photograph, and vector image is that which is mathematically formulated and made, and it does not lose the quality. So, vector has so many mathematical calculations, points, anchors, lines, you will know later on. The next is opening the Illustrator. It is from the Adobe Creative Cloud. Once you purchase it on the student plan, then you can download Adobe Illustrator. Now, how to open and create files, we will see side by side. So, this is the Adobe Illustrator screen where we will come first when we reach the Adobe Illustrator. So, to create the new file, we will click on New, and this is the size. For example, the custom size is 8.5 and 11, so you can take 8.5 and 11, and after that, the new document will appear. In case of Photoshop, this document is called Canvas, but in this case, it is called as Artboard because we have to create the different things like so there are the different tools we will learn simultaneously when we are going through the presentation so that you can learn. So select the new file to create new Illustrator document. Select open to open an existing document and you can open multiple files. Each file will have its own tab. So what they are saying, like we have created the new one. This is written here that this is the first new document. But if we need to create the if we I need to create the open recent file, then I will open the file which I have already made, like AI security. This is the you can say the infographics on cybersecurity threats and prevention, which I have made using the Adobe Creative Cloud. So there are different things I have used here. So now when you are opening the second document, it will be shown here, and when you click it, you will go back to the new document. And this is the existing document you are having. So there are so many tabs for each document you are opening, and in short, you can say artboard. Now coming on to the new document, if you want to edit more artboards, you can click here and say edit artboard. This is for its size. You can decrease or increase the size. But likewise, if you don't want to, then you click on this button and you can have two artboards too. Like from this option, I can create more artboards if I want, right? The next thing is going back to our file. AI files like Photoshop, they works with special files and we called it as AI or Adobe Illustrator files, and they can be opened only using the Illustrator. So Adobe Illustrator file use vector graphics. It's made for Illustrator. But there are two other type of graphics also, EPS and SVG. EPS is encapsulated PostScript and SVG is scalable vector graphics. Although all the three uses the vector graphics, but EPS is mainly made for the print and billboards, whereas scalable vector graphics are web friendly. They are used in digital social media. So unlike JPEGs, PNGs, and PDFs, you need special vector editing software to open all these file types. In JPEGs, PNGs, and PDFs, we don't need any software to open it, but for these files, we need the Adobe Illustrator or some important software. Now, how to save? Just like we are saving the Word and PowerPoint files, we will click on File and we will have Save As. Likewise, there is a shortcut. You can also press Shift plus Control plus S to save the file so off. Then renaming the files is same. You can also rename the file from this option by right clicking it. So you can save a new copy, click on the file name and type in new file name in the text box. Now the Illustrator interface is like this. I have already shown you customizing your workspace, how you can customize it. So for this, we will be using the essentials layout. The like Photoshop, it is customizable. It means you can adjust the size, you can add and remove the panels. If you ever find yourself lost, you can reset your layout. You have to go to the window, then workspace, and then essentials. How you will do? You will go to window, you will go to workspace, and then you will click on the essentials. Then it will be adjusted for you. The next thing we can do is Photoshop displays content on a canvas, but Illustrator uses artboard. So this is the artboard, and once created, you can click and drag the artboard and use the properties panel to make further adjustments to the size. So they are saying if you want to do this, then we have to go to the properties panel here. Here is the properties panel. So we can like this. We can go on this properties panel and make the necessary arrangements or changes we want to have. Mom. So this is how we can do this. This is for basic adjustment of the size, like you can scroll it left, right, and up, down. The next thing we need to learn is to duplicate the existing artboard, select the artboard tool, hold the Alt key and drag. So you can also use this shortcut key. What you will do, select the artboard tool, hold down the Alt key and drag. The next is fit to window. Go to view, fit artboard in window to focus on one artboard. So this is very easy. You just have to go to view and you have to fit artboard in window and it will be automatically fitted in the window. The next is panning and zooming. Hold the space bar, then click and drag to pan, or control plus and control minus can be used for it. So when you use control and then the page up, you can, when this comes, this is the pan up and pan zoom, right? So this is for panning and zooming when you need to adjust the next is objects. We use Illustrator to work with objects. So if you want to open any object, you can select file and open. Then there are two selection tools which are seen. This one is the selection tool. This is the direct selection tool. If you want to directly select an object, a particular point in the image. The next is resizing an object. Using the selection tool, select the object you want to resize and use the corner points to resize or rotate. So hold down shift to keep or remove proportions. You can also use this. So to do this, we will make something like we are making this. So you can fill the color in it like I'm using this color. And then there is a stroke that represents how much would be the border, and then there's opacity. You can decrease the opacity, or in our case we will always increase the opacity. So this is the opacity. You can also edit the gradient. In this case, if you click OK, then there will be another for you. So what you have to do, after every image, you have to click this. Otherwise, you will keep on facing the different objects, the same objects you have already done. So for this, you have to choose the object and you have to click the delete button. The next is you have to right click. These are the corners you are watching. When you right click on it, you will see the options. You can make a star like this. Again, you have to click this button. Then again, right click on this button, ellipse tool. Now you can make the circle, then again this button, again right click. You can do the polygon, polygon here, again this button, again right click, and now you can choose anything you want, like if you want to have a oval. So this is how you can make the different shapes, right? The next thing we are going to learn is resizing an object. So resizing an object is just you have to select this object and you have to resize it like this. This is the resizing of an object. The next thing we are going to do is Control plus Z. If you don't want to do something like this, you can Control plus Z, then it will be deleted. Suppose Control plus Z, it's deleted. Again, select Control plus Z, it's deleted. So these are the things we can do to delete the object instantly. Exporting image. Now, suppose you have to export this image. You have to select the file and then you will go to export, export for screens. We will select export as. And after export as, you can name the file like Megha, or you can say simply shapes. So it will depend on you whether you want to save it as the SVG file, Photoshop file, PNG, JPEG, any other file. Like I'm exporting it as PNG, so it will be exported as PNG. But if you want to save it as AI file and your teacher has called so, then you can save on your computer, and then you have to write shapes, and this option will come as AI file. After saving, you can save this, and this will be saved as AI file on your computer. You can share whenever you want as an assignment or whatever you are doing. The next is image type. So you know that JPEG, PNG, PDF. These are three type of images. So today we will know the full meaning of them. JPEG is Joint Photographic Experts Group, whereas PNG is Portable Network Graphics and PDF is Portable Document Format. In JPEG, we have high quality of photos, but PNG is generally for logos, web graphics we use, and illustrations. Whereas PDF, you know that it's for documentation or presentation purpose. JPEG is lossy. It means if we compress the image, it will lose some quality. But PNG, here we have no data lost when compressed, so it is lossless, and PDF is also lossless. But in JPEG, files are smaller than PNG. PNG files are larger than JPEG but smaller than PDF. So out of these three, PDF has the largest file size. Now JPEG has no support for transparent backgrounds, whereas PNG supports the transparent backgrounds and PDF allows you to select the text. Now, exporting artboards for screens, choose your artboards and export file type. This I already shown you. You can export it as a file, or there was an option for export for screen. So you can export it as for screen. So this week we learn how to create, save and rename files and how to employ the specific file formats as necessary. So this was how we learned the AI, that is the Adobe Illustrator. We will do something more in the next session. Till then, goodbye.